Hello Capricorn, welcome to your romantic love reading for the month of December 2018. This channel is called The Witching Hour. My name is Michelle and I'm a witch. Just wanted to show you my little label. I can't get it within the camera shot because I'm not filming the bottom, but I know sometimes there can be copyright things. People can hack your videos and stuff. Just wanted to put that out there to you in the very beginning. Okay, so here we go. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Or however else Capricorn places in your chart, or if you are otherwise intuitively led to be here. I'm doing a romantic reading for the sign of Capricorn 2018. This channel is called The Witching Hour. My name is Michelle and I'm a witch. And I want to thank you all for coming here today. And thank you just for all of your love and support. And for coming into your birthday season soon. And I hope you have all had a good year so far. And I hope that this reading helps to wrap up and tie up all the energies. Tie up all the loose ends of 2018 for you. And set your hopes and sights on the future. For the beginning of the reading, I'm going to be using Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards by Barbara Michael John Free and Flavia Key Peters, illustrated by Richard Crooks. For the second part of the reading, I'm going to be using my own soul-to-soul divination and oracle cards that I've created myself. So I'm going to light some sage real quick. And in doing that, I would like to evoke the elements of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Into our reading. For a clear and accurate and helpful reading. For the highest good of all. So may it be. Now let's get going. The past energies for you, Capricorn, prior to this reading, is the card of the High Priestess or Priest with the energy of responsibility. I'm taking in the energy of the cards. I'm seeing a balance and an integration of male and female energy. I'm seeing a balance of light and shadow within your personality. I'm seeing a recalibration of personal power. This is all the stuff that you've been recently, in the recent past, learning from Spirit. A sense of personal power and personal responsibility. You are having to hitch yourself to the wagon, to that wagon of responsibility and where you want your life to go. All right, the energy is still coming through, so this is good. Current energy, underlying energy is that of the staff and stability. So you are gaining your equilibrium. It's new. It's new equilibrium, a new calibration. Spirit has helped you a lot in this. I feel like you want to know where to go right away, and it's not time for that yet, but it will come in its own time. There are still a couple, I'm getting a couple, literally like 2 loose ends to tie up, okay? In regards to putting the romantic wheels in motion. That's what I'm getting, okay? And what's coming in is the card of the hearth, the symbol of the hearth with the energy of homecoming. This is bringing in, what I'm getting is this is a little bit more figurative than literal. While some of you may literally be clearing out your house of people, energies, things, whatever, clearing house, preparing to clear house, preparing to start this new venture in your life, there are certain things you have to come home to first within yourself, okay? And you have to, since you're the one hitching yourself to the wagon, and some of you I feel are starting new relationships, you're also having to hitch yourself to that wagon of your life and the momentum of where it's going, and taking responsibility for driving it yourself where it's going, incorporating your will with the will of another, harmonizing, balancing, recalibrating. Okay. I may have to recalibrate my camera if my cat knocks it over, because she's stepping all over the cards. This is my cat Tattle. And she's looking to settle in next to me, but she wants to kind of step all over the cards first, because she can be kind of defiant like that. Like, no, me, me, me. She'll sit on my cards sometimes, and I have to like stop the reading because she'll sit right on top of the spread. The underlying energy for because of all of this is because of this ritual and invocation. It's like, you've called this all into being, this new, I don't even see it just being just a relationship. I see it being more like your whole life. That it's like that, you know, that saying, be careful what you wish for, because it's what you have to take responsibility for. And that's why the universe is reminding you and will continue to help you regulate the responsibility of acquiring your own personal power in a relationship and in your life. So it's not enough just to ask for it and get it. It's more like take into accountability what your responsibilities are and the rights of other people, not just your own rights. It's like you feel, and well-deserved, you know, as you should. It's like you feel you have a right to have these blessings in your life. And with that comes a responsibility. Not just where am I taking this and where are we going and what do I get out of it. Not just all of the benefits, but the responsibilities. That always stands out to me when I see that. It comes through in readings a lot when you come across contracts and things like that that say, you know, the client's rights and responsibilities. It's like we have to remember the two. So anyway, that's what I'm feeling Spirit is addressing here, the energy of the rights and responsibilities of yourself and others. Come on, come over here. See, she's sitting her fat bottom right where I want to put my cards. Come here, baby. Sometimes I wonder if it's energetically because she's picking up on that I shouldn't do the reading, and sometimes it's like she just wants the attention. She wants to block everything else out. She wants to eclipse anything else that I would dare put my focus on besides her. Nope, no. You stay here. Okay. Have to establish my personal power. Okay. So I'm going to be using my Soul to Soul Divination and Oracle cards for the incoming energy. For those of us exiting, oh my God, she actually moved the camera. Those of us exiting a relationship, currently in one, or manifesting one in. And yes, I don't just say couples and singles, because I think exiting a relationship is a relationship status in and of itself. You're not quite single yet. And for those of you, the harder the breakup, those of you who know, the harder the breakup, the more you have to acknowledge that status of exiting the relationship, because there's a lot of lingering energy, and that's kind of what you're coupled with, is that residual energy at first. And you have to process it, you know, and how long it is doesn't matter. We have to be patient with ourselves in processing it and completing it, you know, tying up those loose ends. And don't I know? And interestingly, I used to be married to a Capricorn who was not a good Capricorn like you guys. He was a horrible, horrible, narcissistic, sociopathic Capricorn. And the longer you're with someone, and an abusive person will cultivate codependency, they cultivate it. It's not something that you're born with. It's something that an abuser cultivates. They need you to be codependent, so they try and convince you that, you know, slowly but surely, that they try and make you forget your personal power. And you do forget, because you're the loving person and wanting to accommodate a relationship with a person you love, and so you don't see it. You don't see your own power. You lose sight of your own personal power in the relationship, because you're giving of your heart, but what they're doing is manipulating your energy, and you don't know. And that's the kind of Capricorn I was married to, unfortunately, for a long time. And the longer you're in the relationship, I'm saying all this because it must apply here for some reason. The longer you're in the relationship, the harder it is to leave. The more shit you see doesn't make it easier to leave. It makes it harder to leave, because they got you in that codependency trap for so long, crap trap, for so long, that you're not yourself, and you don't think clearly and rationally the way you typically would have prior to being in the relationship. And that's what it does. So, let's see what we have. But that being in the past, I'm feeling that those are the energies you might be gleaning from looking back at your relationship dynamics, and or old dynamics that are leaving a current one. So it might not have been so outrightly abusive. It just might have been more on the normal human error, you know, side, and those creates little glitches and hiccups in your relationship. And having a sight of how really bad it could get, like looking at abusive dynamics within a relationship, can help give you clarity and understanding and gratitude for having a normal, healthy relationship. But we all still have the same dynamics. They're just in different degrees. So for those of you in a relationship with a healthy, lovely person, you know, or say you're cross-watching here for a Capricorn, then you can address them, you know, to the varying degree as it applies to your relationship. So the person's energy, the other person's energy, is the first word that came to me is they're athletic. They're very much in their body. They're very sensual. They're very earthy and grounded, but fiery and passionate as well. They're athletic. They have a nice body. They're health conscious. And they have brought you an awareness of your body. Athletic, or at least they have rhythm. They have rhythm. It's the dancing card, but it's really about physical movement. Also, it's about sensuality. This card represents physical activity or exercise. This whole set of cards is channeled, and these are the things, the images that I collected are in regard to me. So for you, the physical activity card, if you were to create your own deck, might be represented with a different image, like a martial art, or swimming, or running, or hiking, or whatever. For me, it's dancing. That's my main mode of physical activity as far as engaging my body in movement, okay, other than sex, okay? So sex wouldn't count because that's a different, it does count, but it wouldn't, it's different. It's more something you do on your own, okay? And, well, no, sex you can do on your own, but you know what I mean. It doesn't, it's outside of sexual activity, and that's how it was channeled to me specifically. So this other person, I don't know, it's like they get you to want to experience your body more. They get you to want to experience and explore your own sensuality, your own earthiness, your own passion, your own physicality. They seem very in touch with their body, and I feel like what I'm feeling is a sense of feeling flustered, and they make you feel flustered or self-conscious. They're not doing that to you, but you respond that way being in their presence because they're so yummy and attractive. And they make you feel like you want to be, but maybe a little bit of uncertainty is what I'm feeling. What helps you come together, or how you came together, is through manifestation. So one of you manifested the other, or it was a mutual thing. You were manifesting them, they were manifesting you. What's happening in current relationships, if you're already with someone, is that you're seeking clarity. You're seeking clarity. You're evaluating things. And some of you are, if you're manifesting, you're needing to look at, in a magnified way, look at how you view your own physicality. How you view your own physicality. Do you have a good body image? Do you feel good about yourself? Are you moving? Are you moving? Are you keeping the momentum going? Keeping your heart rate up is what I just got. For those of you who have exited, this is someone, and we're not even going to talk about it for very long, but you know who you are, and you know what I'm talking about when I say that this ex-person of yours made you feel very self-conscious about your physicality, about your overall well-being, and you've needed to come back into touch with your self-love, the self-love of your physical body, your sensuality, your attractiveness, you know? Yeah, whoever they were, they really got you to look at yourself in a very negative way. Okay. Your impression of this person, how you see them, is someone who has clarity, someone who is connected to spirit, someone highly intuitive, possibly even mediumistic. And this person also brings out these gifts in you. There's a wholesome feeling of being at home with this person. At home with this person. You feel like you're in your element, where you belong. Like what you envisioned can finally become real. Can finally become real. You can actually go to that place in your mind now in real life. And the overall effect that they have on you is one of energizing your body, your spirit, and I think it's closely connected to this crystal card. The crystal creates rainbows. And the lighthouse, it's almost like divinely appointed light shining through the crystal, creating that rainbow and creating light for others. So this is a person that's good. I just keep wanting to say you're involved with a medium, or that a medium told you about this person before in the past. And the overall effect is one that you feel that your dreams have come true, that it's like it's rebuilding your faith, like I believe in the promises of spirit now, or I'm coming back to that. I feel completely re-energized. I feel a holistic. They make me feel integrated. I make them feel that way. They see things in me that I almost can't believe that somebody could see in me. They see me as being a very powerful creator, a powerful light to the world, and it's something you're not used to feeling, or this is like a new aspect of a current relationship. But this for those of you with the new person, are making you feel this way. Those of you who have exited a bad relationship will be feeling that this is what you want to call in. It's what you learned from the past, as someone who not only brings out the best in you, but someone who sees the best in you and sees you as being someone who sees the best in others and who helps guide people. And that's the quality that you're feeling that's surprising to you. Like, oh, I felt so lost before. How could I be a guide for someone? But they're making you feel that way. You know, it's really healing. It's not replacing your own self-confidence, but it's healing what damaged your self-confidence and your perspective of yourself from the past damage that's been done. And that's not to say, of course, that every breakup is a bad one, or that all exes are bad people. Regarding this reading, not all of you have bad exes or are leaving a bad relationship, but I am addressing those more predominant energies of damage and harm that's been done to you, those of you to whom it applies. The nature of this relationship is interesting. Now here we have the other side of the spectrum regarding light, and it's the moon. They make you feel intuitive. They make you feel in touch with your feminine power, regardless of your gender. They make you feel that you're wise. They make you feel, you know, they give you a lot of accolades about your feminine energy is what I'm getting. And this is very important to some of you who have had your feminine energy diminished or demoralized, even is the word that I'm getting. What may be the crucible to your relationship, which is where it's divinely appointed based on how your energies and theirs match, and you are made of the same stuff. That type of connection, your kindred spirits. And so where spirit and the divine will bring to your attention things that will either separate you or bring you together. There are things you can work on that will bring you even closer, or there are things that will divide you. It's always the same thing. So it will either bring out the best or the worst in you. And that's why I call it, instead of just a challenge, it's a crucible. You'll see the themes being worked out in the area of your primal nature. These are animals. This is my animal card. These are all my favorite, my utmost 5 favorite animals. I like many more animals than this, but the collage frame only holds about 5, so I could create my top 5. And to me, what it's talking about is your natural instincts. This is where you will both come into like a self-evaluation of how inhibited am I? Your inhibitions are what will come to the fore when spirit wants you both to develop and grow. When you need to grow and develop in this relationship together is around the area of natural instincts and your primal fears and your sense of innocence and your needing to have a lack of inhibition. You know, that's where spirit will call your attention with this person and in this relationship. And for those of you having exited one, it's one that spirit is now encouraging you to look at within yourself about your inhibitions, about yourself because of the body image that was damaged. It's like you want to be free. You want to be as free and innocent as our animal brothers and sisters, innocent and pure. Look at the face on that dog. Look at how sweet. This dog actually smiles for the camera. Look at the depth felt by the whale inside. The cat, you know how cats are, and we were just talking about the cat. Cats don't apologize to anybody, and neither should you. You have nothing to apologize for in just being yourself. Never apologize just for being you. You're not harming anyone. I think you know the difference between harm and well-being, you know. But our perception of that can get skewed when we're abused. The joy from the hummingbird. Here. The flight of fancy. The peeper, it's a little frog, how you sing your soul song, how you're cleansing your soul. And this little guy, I forget what he's called, a mountain something or other. It's like a little beaver, and I jokingly call him the beef coon. He makes this, when he's angry, he makes this squeaking noise. And it's like having no inhibitions about expressing all of your feelings, all of your primitive raw feelings, your natural pure raw self, being completely yourself. And this is where you find the challenges in the crucible to be with, not just within yourself, but that's what you bring into a relationship, and you'll both mirror each other. And it's okay to look at those things. It's safe to explore those things with this person, and you want to bring someone in who it's safe to explore your primitive instincts with, to be just completely yourself, completely uninhibited, completely unafraid. Notice there are no, it's not about prey. You don't feel vulnerable like you're going to get eaten alive. You don't feel, you know what I mean? It's like you feel and want to feel completely safe in your vulnerability so that you can fully express yourself. And so that is what Spirit is bringing into us, our relationship with ourselves. And that's where we'll see it being played out within relationships, romantic relationships with others. This is a wonderful, wonderful thing to have as your crucible, because you don't get any deeper or truer than looking at your own primal instincts and your truest self. That's some fun shit to explore, you know? No inhibitions, and cultivating not having any. And no, you know, we'll always lack inhibition or need to lack inhibition. You know, we'll always have that element and dynamic taking place in our lives and in our relationships. It's never done perfectly. It's never executed to its fullest. So don't worry about, don't set strict, stringent standards on yourself regarding your inhibition or lack thereof, okay? Just take it as an organic work in process that will never get done, and it's fun to explore. So just go with it and have fun. And the outcome of this relationship is one of healing and masculine healing energy of the sun, the light and dark of the masculine energy, seeing it for what it's really worth, seeing it for what it really is, knowing that you don't want the sun to go down on you, like that Elton John song, "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me." It's like you want to always be in a relationship where you shine and the other person doesn't feel threatened by your light. They're not afraid of your moods. They're not afraid of your strengths or weaknesses. They're not afraid of your inhibitions. If you're shy, it doesn't bother them. And if that's not who you're with, that's who you need to be with. And if that's not changing or working in the relationship dynamic, that's what I'm picking up on, is that's kind of the sticking point, and that's like the part that won't get fixed, or that you know, that you've just realized that this isn't going to change and I need to get out of this because it's very important for me to be in my weaknesses, my own human foibles and flaws in a relationship, without the light shining on every flaw that I have, and without me feeling so self-conscious that I look at all my flaws, you know. But also for some of us to be able to shine a light on someone else and say, okay, that bothers me. And for that to be okay, to call someone out with love and respect and say, what you're doing hurts me, and for them to respect that. You know, that might be uncharted territory for a lot of us, for a lot of you, you know, where you were never able to say to your partner, okay, when you're doing such and such, it hurts me, I need you to stop. Where they completely ignored and disregarded and even blamed you for having any complaints about them, you know. And yeah, narcissism is coming in. They flip that around on you, make you feel bad for pointing out their flaws, you know, punish you or whatever. This is a lot of these darker characteristics are what can be found in, not you guys, but in Capricorns who are not enlightened. Like, in other words, the type of Capricorn who wouldn't be watching this video at all. In other words, we all have our dark, like, sides and the spectrum from really bad, really dark to, you know, it's human error. Like Virgos would be like, we're so dogmatic, and we can be very pure and really dogmatic about integrity. And so like the full-blown dark side spectrum of a Virgo would be, you know, like they're cult leaders, you know, very dogmatic, very rigid. But that would be like the worst case scenario. That would be like sociopathic, okay? So that type of stuff doesn't apply, but some of you might be recovering from that type of Capricorn energy. Or you might be the Capricorn who is seeing this dark energy in another Capricorn or any other person. And that's what you're coming here with. So it's kind of detailed, but it needs to be addressed very specifically for some of you. The overall effect of this new relationship energy is karma. Shit's going to go down. You're going to be healed. The sun is going to eclipse all the past shit that you've had to go through, all the life lessons. In other words, you didn't come out of that bad situation, and you won't be coming out of, and for those of you coupled with a healthy person, you won't be coming out of these life lessons and relationship dynamics with nothing. It's gonna grow exponentially. The lessons you learn, the self-love that's cultivated, the equal balance of power, the equal balance of being open and honest and candid with our flaws and feeling safe about doing that. It's like everything that you've had to ever go through in the past or in this past of your current relationship, past in general, it's all coming up now. There's comeuppance for some of you who have been harmed. If you've been harmed, the comeuppance, you're going to be seeing it. Some of you might be witnessing it. That the comeuppance for the other who abused you. And maybe the recompense for you is that you're going to be with, not maybe, but yes, but maybe the recompense won't be some harm happening to someone else, but that you're going to be rewarded. Okay? And it's going to be in full view. That's my point. This is the card of karma. It's the total solar eclipse. There's something happening around the solstice, so it might be around your solar return of December 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Even the 19th also is what I'm getting. And what you're going to learn from this phase of being in a relationship or healing from a past one, or what you're bringing in the form of a new relationship, is true healing, true cleansing. You've been protected. You've been protected and healed and helped from spirit directly. And so this will help you tie up the energy of this year and go into your new phase. I hope that helped you, Capricorn. I pray that you will have a wonderful up-and-coming 2019. Much, much love and brightest blessings. If you'd like to book a reading or make a donation, the links are in the drop-down box below. Leave a comment if this resonated. From my soul to yours, keep in touch and watch my video library. Until we meet again, from my soul to yours, much love and brightest blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.